In India, when you talk about the Dakar Rally, it's just one name that instantly pops to mind, and that is CS Santosh. And without wasting another second, I'm going to get straight to it because he's joining me right now. Good to see you. After a long time at that. I mean, I'm getting to, I think, be in the same room as you after a really long time. So it's great to have you here. And of course, there's a good reason why you're increasingly away from the country. Everything that happened where, you know, the first time you went into the Dakar and people started talking about it and understanding beyond just what that name is to today, has it been like a dream for you?
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, the first time that I did the Dakar, I had an expectation, I had a dream, but to see it being realized like this is something else, you know, when you see it happening. So it's been fantastic for me the last couple of years, and the way things are progressing, I think it's in the right direction.
And it's been everything they said it is. It's physically crazy and taxing, and it really tests you.
Well, the Dakar, they say a lot of things, and then and you actually go and compete, and then you realize it's so much more. The thing is that it's not possible to be able to explain a rally like the Dakar, and the only way to experience it is to be able to be there and do it. And yeah, I can guarantee you it's crazy.
All right, so now as you get into the new season, as you approach the next challenge, as it were, what have those last 2 years taught you? What is it that you're going to be approaching better, differently, or the same?
Well, the one thing that remains same with me is my tenacity. You know, I take that with me every Dakar. It's a tough sport. It's a tough event. 14 days. It is definitely the hardest motorsporting event in the world to be able to race that many kilometers in just those 14 days. Over the years, I've seen a lot of weaknesses in my own ability, and as a human being, I think you want to progress and improve, and that's what I've done over the years. But this year, sitting here, I can tell you confidently that this is the most work that I've put in and the most prepared that I've felt going into a rally like the Dakar.
And I mean, it's not just that, right? You've done some of the other events as well in the lead up to it. How tough is it on you physically? Because I mean, you've also got to deal with injuries. You've had to deal with some already. How do you bounce back from that?
It's a fine balance. Like the motorcycle, to balance it, it's an art, and I think in life it's pretty much the same. You weigh the cons, the pros and cons, and you take the risks that are required. And yeah, it's no different. So yes, this year we did a fair bit of racing. We did the Marzuga, we did Desert Storm in India, the Baja, and then two rallies again in October, Pan Africa and Morocco, where I had good results. And all these things is what you actually take with you to the Dakar, you know.
How was the Morocco rally? Because we heard a lot about, you know, some of the experience there. Just talk us through it.
The Olympia Morocco rally is the last rally on the calendar, and pretty much everybody shows up at this rally. You know, it's good for everybody to go out and test their new bikes and cars, and so everybody shows up, and it's a good marker, an indicator to see where you stand as well. So for the team, it was an important event, and with the performance that me and Wakim had, I think it's really promising, especially with the new bike, you know, develop the motorcycle in record time, so to speak, and to have a package that's ready to go racing and reliable and performing well. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better start.
So talk me through that new bike then, because there's been so much. I think we've also, and we had a chance to talk a little bit with Marcus and the team even earlier, even when we were in EICMA. But you know, you are the one who knows it inside out in that sense. What's better? What's changed?
Well, you look at it, it's beautiful, right? Straight off, it looks beautiful. So it's really appealing, and I think when you sit on the motorcycle, it feels just the way it looks. You know, it's light, it handles really well, and it's really stable at high speed. And of course, we've always had a reliable package in terms of the motorcycle. So to add this upgrade to our old rally bike to now have this bike, I think it's a step in the right direction at the right time.
You know, when it comes to the machine itself, what are the key things that you think now, having had this experience, that you would really always, you know, not compromise on? Is it just sheer power? Is it the structure? What is it that really at the heart of it matters to you then?
Well, for a Dakar motorcycle, it needs to be a good package overall. You just can't have a motorcycle.
Tick all the boxes.
Yes, you can't have a motorcycle that does 200 and doesn't finish the first day. You know, so you have a package here that now we have a good motor, we have a good chassis, good suspension setup, and then the weight distribution is really important, because in a rally like the Dakar, we carry a lot of fuel. Like typically the stages could be anything over 300 kilometers, right? So you need to have fuel for at least 250 kilometers. And that is a lot of fuel that moves because it's off-road, and you can really feel that But with this new bike, what we were able to do is put the fuel in such a way that the rider doesn't really feel all that fuel on the motorcycle. That's why I say it feels very light and nimble, even though I carry so much fuel on the bike.
But tell me, when you talk about the development process and just all of those stages that, and you've done it in record time, like you said with this one, how crucial is it for you, or Wakim, for you guys to be involved in that development process from word go?
So we're really fortunate to have Wakim on the team. Wakim's really, really experienced. He's a top class racer. He's proved that, and he's played a really big role in being able to bring the motorcycle to where it's at right now. His feedback's really important. So I think for him to set a baseline was really important. I think from there we go on and then you adjust the bike to how every rider likes it. So it's a bit different for everybody, but overall, there is a lot of work that went into testing that motorcycle.
But are you happy to be involved with that technical aspect of it, because then you can reap the rewards of it when you're out there?
Yeah, like last year they asked us, what would you like in a motorcycle, and you have a wish list, right? And we said we wanted to be light, reliable, but still fast and have all the attributes that the old bike had, but we just better. And that's what they did, and they just make it better. That's what they did, this year.
So did you have a long wish list, and have they kind of fulfilled most of it?
Yeah, most of it for sure.
That's good. Anything in particular you think that's going to be a sort of standout, or maybe just a different approach for the upcoming race?
Well, the different approach is my mentality this year was to be able to work with good people. I have the best team backing me. I don't have to really worry about the motorcycle or the team, but then I need to complement that with being a good athlete that can perform with this motorcycle that I have. So that means I put in a lot of time and effort training off the bike and training on the bike as well with road books, and I basically have a really good team of people that have helped me this year. I'm really fortunate.
You have 3 riders on the grid this time. Yes. How important is it to find a good balance between the competitiveness and also the sort of solidarity with both of them?
The other 2 guys, of course, are world-class riders, and I have so much to learn from them. So even Wakim or Mena, I'm always searching and looking to see what I can get from them. So it's really cool to have these guys in the same stable as me. In the rally, the rally sport is different. You are competitive, but then out there, you have nobody else to help you but your own competitor, right? So if anything does go down, or if, God forbid, it's your competitor that's going to help you, and that spirit is different from any other form of racing or sport that I've seen.
And that is very specific to the Dakar.
Yes, very specific to the Dakar.
Over the years, always heard all these stories and seen things. So, right, one last thing, and by the way, I'd like to say that as far as we're concerned, you're sort of world-class rider as well. We put you right up there. You make us very proud. When it comes down to it, all of this also, of course, helps these brands to develop better products. Are you happy that you're kind of part of that process when it comes to an Indian company now coming to market very soon with new products, where a lot of this learning is going to go into them?
So Hero, largest manufacturer of 2-wheelers in the world, and we're at the biggest stage, the Dakar. And of course, I'd like to see some of this trickle down to India, and that's the vision that the company and the team has as well. So yes, we're racing at the Dakar, but eventually there will be products that trickle down into India, and to have a healthy racing scene in India as well is something that I look forward to, and there's so many things that are in the pipeline that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it's all going up now, so that's great. One last thing, I want you to look into the camera and just all your fans, everybody who follows you and tracks what you're doing, about safety, something about safety, wearing helmets. People just take it too lightly even now.
Well, I want to say something that's really important. I've seen a lot of people, especially I would say the IBW bike weeks and all of that. Everybody's out there to have a good time. Yes, we're all out there to have a good time, but it's really important that you address the safety aspect of it. You need to take care of yourself. So if you don't take care of yourself, you can't ride your motorcycle. So always wear safety protection, wear your helmet, and take care of the other people that are on the road. They share the road with you, so have respect for everybody that's out there. And thank you all for following my journey, and 2018 is going to be special. Number 49 on the bike, it was 59 the first Dakar, so I have a good feeling. Thanks a lot.
All our fingers crossed, and we're definitely going to be watching, tracking and backing.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.